Yo guys, what is everyone saying? Welcome to episode 13 of the Total 90 podcast. Now, you've heard me say a few times that the draft videos are my favorite, but after the pure chaos and drama that occurred after episode 10, obviously we're doing our top 10 list, these have low-key started to become my favorite kind of videos to record. And today we're going to be running it back. This time it's not going to be number 10s, it's going to be our top 10 left wingers slash left mids. And joining me today, first off, we have a man who was probably at the center of the controversy last time. He almost won the viewers' man of the match until right at the 90th minute, he aired Zidane. Drew, how are you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad, thank you. I just want to make one thing clear, though. You guys in the YouTube comments, I don't see you, but I see you, yeah? I see you. That's what I'm going to say.
To be fair, they were loving your performance overall. They just felt that, you know, right at the end, Zidane, yeah. But hey, you held your hands up, you know, it happens to the best of us. It happens.
Pleasure to be here again, bro. Love.
Yes, we definitely enjoy that. Next up, I'm certain that he's dying for me to mention it, so I'm going to do it. From conceding 8 goals at centre-back in his first charity game.
7.
He went in the lab.
Oh, wait.
7 goals in his first.
Yeah, I think it might have been 8.
I think it was 7 or 8. He went in the lab. He worked on his game. He said, nah, let me shut up all the haters. He came back on the remontada yesterday. Clean sheet. Maverick plays. Aaron Ramsey, Ramos, whatever it is nowadays. Ramdini. What are you telling me, bro?
I'm good, man. Thank you for mentioning it. I was actually not going to mention it. I didn't know time specific how it was going to work, but now I'm buzzing to obviously.
No, I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to do so. Listen, we cook you when it's bad, and when it's good, we give you the respect that you deserve. No problem. And lastly, if you wanted any more evidence that episode 10 was a banger, our friend over here that's going to start pointing to his stickers behind him. He works 3 jobs, but guess what? He was sitting there. He found the time to watch the full hour of episode 10. He was typing away, giving his running commentary in Discord. That tells you how much he enjoyed it. And now he's here to give his very unbiased opinion. Kurt, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. Fantastic episode. Let's hope we can top it.
Yes. Now, for those that are new, the format is very simple. The 4 panelists that you see on your screen, plus 5 of my mods have given their list of left wingers or left mids, whatever you want to call them, over the last 20 years, 22 years, from 2000 up to now. And before Mav cries as well, everyone got the same copied and pasted message. So there's no discrepancy about what the rules were.
Oh, no, there was none this time. Simple. There was absolutely no discrepancy.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm picking and I know exactly what I've done.
Exactly. So if somebody gets first place on your list, that's 10 points. Second place is 9 points, then 8 points, so on and so forth. Very obvious. Obviously, there's 9 people in total, so you get a total of 90 if you score all 10s. So I guess this will be a chance to maybe see if we can finally get a total 90, because obviously last time he had Zidane and he did get aired. Now there are a few honorable mentions, so we'll get through those ones first quickly, a few minutes, debate those ones if guys feel upset that they're not in, and then bang, we go into our top 10. So, you know what's upsetting me? The last person I asked, right? I asked the mods, and I was about to get a clean sweep of 0, 0, 0, 0 for this one player. I was going to give everyone a round of applause that he got aired, but unfortunately one person put him in. Yeah, scoring 1 point. In 10th place for young Dan is Ryan Giggs. I am going to give a round of applause for all you guys for airing him. I'm very impressed, I can't lie. Some United fans might get tilted, so I guess we start with Mav. How come you didn't put him in? Because I feel like you were close to throwing him in now.
Reason I didn't put him in is I just don't think he makes it. He made my original draft, and then I had a look and I had a proper think again about who should be in there. And I just said, you know what? He actually doesn't get in it. He ain't a great person either, so I'm kind of glad.
Yeah. He's not that guy, man.
No, to be honest.
I like how you playing 25 years and you asked him for a moment and they just bring up that one taking off his shirt versus Arsenal in the FA Cup or something, man. Like, come on, bro.
Longevity merchant.
Yeah, honestly, man, like numbers are worse than Theo Walcott. How can you be the best winger of the Prem history and then your numbers aren't even as good as that? But anyway, he's 17th, and joining him there also with 1 point. None of us voted for him. One of the mods did. It's Jet. He voted for Marco Reus.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I guess, I mean, ability-wise, anytime I've seen him, yeah, but unfortunately,
what the 5 games a season he plays before he gets injured?
Yeah, there's not really anything else in it. There's not really anything else. So
fair enough.
It's hard to really argue
that's
him anyway.
That's a FIFA pick right there. I can't lie.
We'll skip past him because obviously,
good.
It is what it is. Now,
Good
this one is
player, though.
interesting because he was close to making mine, but he's only scored 3 in total. Alfie had him in 10th, and Young Dan had him in 9th. It is Raheem Sterling on 3 points. Drew, was he close to getting on your list or not really?
I have to respect him, mate. Premier League 100 club, but you see my list here, yeah. I'm looking at it, and I feel like every player, a little bit of bias here and there, but every player is better than the last. And I'm looking at names. Would I put Raheem in that left wing slot or left mid slot over these other players? I don't think so. But very, very good player.
I hear it. Fair enough. Anyone was close to having him, or was it just like he just got aired fully?
0%.
I was pretty close. No chance.
0%.
You're not rating him. Fair enough. Okay, we'll skip past Sterling. Now it gets interesting because people on the panel did have this next one. Joint 13th, so 13th and 14th. The first player we have, only 2 people in the entire panel put him in. One of the people put him quite high. I put this guy 10th. But in 6th place for Mav, David Villa.
Yes. Absolutely.
How come he's that high?
Absolutely.
I know Kurt's
yes.
going to want to speak in a minute, so you let us know why he's that high.
Do you know what? I put this name here, and I was very fully aware that I was about to say what I'm going to say when I was asked about it. I thought I'd have him the highest out of anyone. For me, literally the sole reason is that while I was growing up, I absolutely adored this guy. I thought he was fantastic for Barcelona. Good for Valencia as well.
Kurt, you have given him a big fat 0. Let's discuss.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I disagree with Mav completely, especially the part when he said he was good for Barcelona. Because I mean, if he was so good, he would have stayed longer. Nah, fact is, Messi kicked him out of the team. He only looked good a little bit because he's playing with prime Messi. I think I could have played with prime Messi and probably got 10, 15 goals. For Spain, he only really shined because Torres messed up, went to Chelsea. David Villa had one good World Cup, and then after he was good for Valencia, if memory serves me correct. But for Barcelona, I think he's just another one of the rest.
Drew, are you backing that, or are you just saying that he misses out a little bit? Like, what's your take on David Villa?
I mean, David Villa is one of my favourite players of all time. Like I said, with David Silva, I was a huge
You're
fan
a Valencia
of Valencia
guy, fam. That's why I was surprised.
But the memories that I have of him at his best aren't necessarily him off of the left wing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
See. No, I hear that. It makes sense. No, I had him literally like 10th, dead last in my list. I just felt like you couldn't ignore the contributions that he did, especially like in the World Cup and that. But now it's a complete reversal because the other 2 people have this guy in, but nobody else has him on their list. Joining David Villa in 13th place is Son. Kurt has put Son in 9th, and Drew has put him in 8th. Kurt, how come you've got Son in there, mate?
Wow.
Recency bias, maybe?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. One of the most underrated players to me. I don't understand. This season speaks for itself. Why was he not player of the season? He wasn't even nominated. So this is why I feel like there's something with Son that maybe it's because he plays for Spurs. Maybe because he's not English. Harry Kane gets away with it because he's English. Son gets into any team in the world at the moment. Any team.
Yes, I agree with that.
Now, what I don't understand is, it's a bit of how you like your wingers. To me, this guy, in any person we're going to put on this list, with the exception of maybe one guy, I don't think there's anybody else that can put the ball as good as he can in the back of the net. So, for me, I like wingers like that. I like wingers that can be more efficient, more ruthless, and Son is that. Son is exactly that. This season for Spurs, people don't understand. Kane didn't even start playing before January.
No, he didn't.
And Son was on his own. And it's not just this season, by the way. He's been doing this for like 3, 4, 5 years. I mean,
Let's not
goals,
let
Champions Leagues
see
against
that's where
City.
I'm gonna stop you. That's where I gotta stop you. When you start saying the 3, 4, 5 years thing, people know. If you ask me right now, if there's even on this day any player that you want to have one-on-one in front of goal and you'd like bet your house or your life that they're scoring, is Son. However, this wasn't the case before 2 seasons ago. Before 2
Agreed.
seasons ago, this guy had never hit 15 goals in his life. He was a supreme purple patch merchant for a long time. And I'm being honest with you, telling you right now, that's different. The last 2 years, that has changed. But
Agreed.
for me, I can't put him in there.
I
because
want to see
he's
the
had 2
names
seasons.
you guys have put.
This is
honestly,
what
ahead
I'm
of him.
confused.
No, you're more than what? No, but you can't say 4 or 5 years because before that,
has.
he spent most of. There's a reason why. Have you ever seen Son get linked to any bigger teams?
But he's still not even linked to bigger teams. What do you mean?
If he was that fantastic, he would have been linked elsewhere before this. Now Tottenham are on the up. They have the whole Antonio Conte thing. They're active. Like, you wouldn't want to leave there. They got the new stadium and everything. Prior to the new stadium, when Tottenham were
It's
just
simple.
being
I think
very needy.
number one, it's Levy, right? So you can't negotiate with him. Number two, apparently Son's just a nice guy. He just wants to stay there. He signed contracts
Yeah,
for
what a nice guy. That's why
5
he
years.
booted Andre
Yeah,
Gomez.
it must take a lovely guy to reject no offers. But no, like flipping
I
it,
don't
calm
think-
down. But no, like the reason I don't hear that, and I'm going to be very honest about it being Levy and hard to negotiate, is when a player has been good enough from Spurs while Levy has been there, they have gone somewhere. And I'm with Amenyah on this one. I think Son is one of the best players in the world this season. But to put him in a top 10 list off of realistically 2 seasons worthy of being put there is outrageous. Literally 2. Well, we might as well start putting Michu in our top 10 strikers if we're going to do it off a
That's
season.
so
or two.
disrespectful.
No, it is a stretch.
That's a
It
stretch.
is a
That's a
stretch.
stretch.
It is a stretch.
That's a stretch.
But while we're doing it, we might as
No,
well
listen, like I
stretch.
said,
I hear what he's saying.
I'm gonna concede for now, right? Because I just want to see what other names you guys have put in there. Because like
hear it.
you know,
I hear it. I hear it.
that's what
I
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
say. So
I hear it.
Oh, wait,
get back
Drew,
to-
you had Son the highest. So Drew
I
had
had
him
Son in
8th,
eighth.
Kurt had him 9th, and Tyler, one of the mods, had him in 10th.
I
That's what
actually
had him.
let me tell you how much I rate Son. I actually felt bad putting him 9th. I wanted to put him higher. I really did.
Okay.
So but
Yeah, Spurs tax
No
to me,
problem.
low key. But you know,
It's not even a
that was
Spurs
someone
tax
else.
thing.
It's not a
Nah,
Spurs.
for
It's
me
not
it
a
is.
Spurs
For
tax
me it
thing
is.
at
For
all.
me it is.
I have
me
no
it is.
disrespect for Spurs.
Oh, I was
players.
saying you were going to put him
None.
higher, but for Spurs. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but then again,
Is it-
obviously I can't talk.
Okay.
Let the list proceed again. But cool.
Yeah, say
None
that-
of you
say
men
that,
have
alright.
some- Alright, cool. Yeah, cool. Kurt, I see you, bro. I see you. They don't-
Nah,
they don't
I
see
just
it.
want to.
It's
Yeah, I just want to hear.
Well, listen, you might not see him anymore because in 12th place, only me and Kurt had this guy.
cool. Yeah.
I'll be honest, this name didn't come to mind initially until I started writing the names, yeah, and I was like, oh my days, I've forgotten this name.
Oh no, have I missed someone?
Well, you can argue this person that literally no one else had except me and Kurt. Kurt had this guy in 4th, by the way. I had him in 9th.
Wait, and I haven't
His
got
name
him. What?
is Kylian Mbappe. What are we doing about that?
I can't
Okay,
believe
Kurt, you
it.
had him in 4th.
I can't believe it.
Chat to us.
Of course he's a left wing.
Yeah,
I can't.
wait,
But
am I missing
he's
something?
just the striker in my head. Honestly, I didn't even think of
Yeah.
his name for wing. I can't believe it. Yeah, okay. I've done a Drew here. Okay, yeah. Say less. Yeah, cool. Next.
Wait, before
No,
you
no,
start,
okay.
Drew,
Don't-
is
don't-
yours
like, I don't know
an
why,
accident or
but
is
I did
it?
not have him as a left winger in my head. I do. That is outrageous. I can't believe I've done that. I actually cannot believe I've done that. Yeah, fair
I
play.
was surprised. I was like, what's
Nah,
going
fair
on
play.
there then?
Fair play. He would have been like. Obviously, I'll say this now. He would have been. He would have
I
been.
had him 9th on my one still.
He would have
8th or 9th,
been.
I think.
he-
Wait,
he
where
would
did
have
you have
been.
him
He would have
9th?
been 6th on my
Yeah.
list. I would have put him 6th.
Now, for me, it was a
Actually
case
would've
of
put
like
him
he's 9th, like as it is right now. But in my head, it's like with every passing year, he'll go up by 1 until maybe he ends up at like 2nd or 3rd. In my opinion.
But hang on a minute, right? Because what you told me, right? Like we're judging
Yes.
this primarily of pure ability, right? It's
Yes,
one of those
correct.
things
That's
to
the-
me
that's
where
the
why
fun.
should I wait?
No, you don't have
More
to.
years.
No, I agree on that.
Like
I
to me,
can't
it's like
believe I
give me
haven't
this
done
current this current Mbappe that we've just seen over this right now
it. over the
Mbappe
last
right
year.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see who you even are, because at least Mavs admitted, of course, he hasn't put him in the list, but I want to see who you've put ahead of him.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
you've
actually-
had him
yeah,
in
I'd
the
love
list.
to
No,
know.
now
I
I
just-
just want
no,
to know
listen,
now.
I just messed
I'm
up.
just going to
I
say
just
much
messed
until
up.
What I'll say is okay, looking at my list here, there's 4 players that are like directly above him that I would say Mbappe
Yeah.
is better than. However, I'm also saying ability is the most important one, but we're also factoring their legacy, longevity, all that kind of stuff, accolades, etc. Do you get it? So it's
Sure,
being weighted
I want to
like
see
that.
if these guys in your
I
list
just
win a World
like,
Cup.
I want to see Amenyah's list now because I genuinely just messed up. My brain blanked on that one. I'll be honest, I'm flying high from yesterday.
Drew, what are you telling me?
Yeah, true, man. I feel like we had a connection.
Bear in mind, none of the mods or no one else had it. It was just me and Kurt, but I'm the one that's being
The mods are
slanted
not.
here.
It's whatever. The mods are, you know what I mean. But
Drew,
be
chat
honest,
to us, brother.
from the last season and a half and in glimpses prior to that, I've seen major things from Mbappe in terms of movement in the final third, in terms of passages of play. I'm looking at my list. I would have said I would have had him at 5th, in all honesty.
I can't.
If he'd crossed my mind. But again,
Oh, okay.
He's 5th for everyone, but no one
I'm
wants
thinking
to
about
put him in.
Mbappe as a ST in my head.
It was the hardest one. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
like I think he can literally go anywhere that isn't top 3. In my opinion, I think he can go
I think
anywhere
another name
in my list.
another name up there has thrown me.
I think he can break in top 3. By the way.
No, I'm talking like right, like making the list right now. He could have been
In
anywhere
future,
from
in future, not right now, not right now.
Oh,
but in
right
future.
now, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm saying right now. When I was making my list, I was moving him up and down. I was thinking, you know what else? I'll be honest. So I put him in 9th, right? And then obviously everyone's list started coming in, and I was thinking like, yo, why is no one putting him? Am I going to get mocked for putting him in my list?
He got influence.
No, I still kept him there.
His
But
name
in my head,
didn't
I was
even
like,
cross my mind once. I'll be so.
I was like, what's going on?
It
Like,
didn't
am
like,
I
at all.
This is
same.
crazy, but fair enough.
Didn't.
And the last man missing out on our top 10 list, he got 12 points. I gave him 4 points. Kurt gave him 3 points. Alfie gave him 2. King Aaron gave him 1. Tyler gave him 2. It is none other than Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, all right.
You're not having it, man.
No,
Alexis Sanchez.
no, never. Sorry, no. Just no. I loved him, and I thought he was great. I really enjoyed watching him. And you know I don't have a bias against Arsenal or anything like that, but just no. Literally no.
Bro,
sorry, no.
He made the GOAT retire from international football, and he was crying, and then he came back again, and he got booted again by Chile.
Just no.
Copa America's back to
Not for me. I'm sorry. Not for me.
But to win the Copa America with Chile.
If you argued enough,
Alexis Sanchez.
I would let you have it. I can't lie. If your argument was strong enough,
Kurt, back me, bro. You put him in. Back me,
Bro,
Alexis.
I was even gonna put him even higher because what this guy, to me, so it was. I remember it was him and Hazard, right? I genuinely thought there was a period where he was ahead of Hazard. Then Hazard went on another level. I mean, once again, this is a winger who he had it all. I mean, if you can put the ball in the back of the net, more lethal than Hazard. And then what he done internationally, like Amenyah mentioned, like this guy's international career, like wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm not gonna lie, like how this guy's not in the top.
Like genuine, bro. Like you can even go back even further. Obviously, okay, Barca you could argue is more right wing to be fair, but at Arsenal he was carrying us for so, and he wasn't even dropping like 11 goals here, 9. Bro, he was bagging and big games, away games. The winning goals, the equalizers, whatever. Obviously, it turned a bit sour in people's minds now. They think of the United one that the moment he got there, he was begging his agent to come back to Arsenal. But I don't think I can sort of use that too much because he was still elite for a good number of years, despite having like the bit of off time at United. And to be fair, even he went and bagged that Inter as well slyly. He got a little trophy there. So Drew, Arsenal fan. You aired Alexis. Is it because of the piano or you just don't rate his thing?
Yeah, nah. I can't lie, I rated him, but the piano fried me. I do have very fond memories of him at Arsenal, hat tricks and European nights. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at my list. I'm just not sure. Man for man.
I know that.
I'm
Listen, the
just
piano
not
thing,
sure,
I hear it, man. But like,
I'm just not sure.
bro, sometimes I have those times.
The same way you don't feel David Silva.
That's a bit different, nah? I don't
Why
know
is
if
it
that's
different?
the same kind of... Because I can
different?
literally... If anything, they're almost like the opposite now. Because like Alexis Sanchez has done everything and he was like the key man in all of Chile's success in the stuff that Arsenal was doing and scraping top fours and getting FA Cups and whatever, he was the guy. You can reel off numerous moments in Champions Leagues versus PSG and whoever you want to. It's a very different scenario, but Fairs, if you aren't feeling his thing, that's okay. He makes up our honorable mentions, and now we move on to our top 10 at long
I've got
last.
3 players that haven't even made the top 10.
Yes.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No, don't worry.
I'm so excited to see this.
See,
I have
I
3
told
as
you,
well.
This one gets tough. I'll tell you.
I have 3 as well. I had Sanchez.
I must
be
miss some
another.
names then, surely. We'll see.
I don't know.
Well,
really don't know.
I mean, listen, in 10th place, I'll be honest, this one is heavily weighted by the mods because I didn't have him, Drew didn't have him, Kurt didn't have him, Mav is the only one on the panel who had him, and the mods, someone had him 2nd place.
Second.
And I understand why.
Second.
Wait,
I'm
where
not
do
gonna
I have him,
please.
Amenyah? So, like, just roughly.
You have him in 9th place. His name is Thierry Henry.
Okay. Yeah.
Mav, you said you wanted to discuss why he was in 9th place. For you.
Quite literally. Again, when going through this list, as I told you, he was so his name was originally Giggs's in my first draft, and Giggs was at flat bottom. And then I sat there and thought about it, and I was like, do you know what? Premier League. He started there. I quite liked him there, but I went. Do you know what? Last time we sat here, I was sat here listening to guys like Drew.
That's why I'm confused by Drew.
And you lot saying, well, if they could play there and play there better than anyone else, then they're gonna make it
agree.
into my list. For me, he had to make the list somewhere, so he went 9th. As a left wing.
I hear that.
He went 9th.
That's why I was surprised Drew didn't have him, because he was doing the whole thing of like, even if it's a left winger list, like there's some names that he'll put in regardless. So
that's what I was thinking.
Would have thought that Henry was there.
I completely understand the explanation, but just not for me. This time round.
Is there like?
So wait, Dino goes from
That's
left
it,
wing
just
to
not for
Cam,
him.
but
Just that's
Henry
it.
doesn't go from striker to left wing.
Bro, but the thing is, I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he's not for me.
I
That's
just
the difference.
So
to
as in,
top,
what
top
is it not for
assist
you? As in
holder in the
he's not
Prem, you
better
know,
than them?
from
Or as
wide.
in-
You're like, okay.
Wait, what isn't for you? Like him as an individual,
Yeah, wait,
or like
I'm so
like,
confused.
what part?
Him as a left winger
Yes.
Okay.
compared to the other left mid / left wingers that I have in my list. That's it.
Alright.
I'm not saying you can't.
No,
put
no,
him
I,
where
listen,
he's
I,
playing
listen,
with
I
Ronaldinho.
didn't have him either.
I'm not
I'm
saying
just
that,
confused
that's
because
all.
you
Yeah.
had the rules before, innit?
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hazard.
That's
He can
literally
be,
a menu. Do you know what?
attendance if
I
you
thought
want.
the exact same thing while putting Henry as a left winger. If there is a name
Kurt,
on this list
go on,
for
go on.
any of you lot, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. But carry
What's the
on.
first letter of that name?
No,
No, don't
you
say it,
know
don't say it,
who
don't say it, don't
You
say it.
know
We'll
who
get
it
there.
is. I will lose my mind.
I don't.
No,
What's the name? What's the letter?
no. All I'm gonna say is I know.
nation?
I know.
What's the nation?
No, all I'm gonna
What's the
say
nation?
is it's Kurt's number one. It's Kurt's number one. I can say that for sure.
No.
We'll see.
100%.
Kurt, you didn't have Henry. How come?
You know, I completely agree with Drew. I will say this with my chest out and my hand on heart. I will take Son and Alexis ahead of Henry as a left winger.
Yeah, so would I. But I like I said, I'm just using logic other guys used last time out. But we move.
Yeah. No, well, listen, I didn't put him in either. I just wanted to just hear the explanation because obviously Drew had the whole thing about Hazard and stuff last time, so I was just making sure. But Henry made it in 10.
Number 10. I just think
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I put Hazard as a 10, but you said I couldn't. You put Henry as a winger.
No,
and
I know, because you guys argued me into changing my opinion because apparently I was wrong, so I changed my opinion and now I'm wrong again.
Don't be
You're not
swayed.
wrong.
Don't
You're
be
not wrong,
swayed.
bro. It's just not for me, bro.
It's your list,
Unbelievable.
isn't it? It's your list.
It's just not
your
for
list,
me,
no
bro.
problem. In 9th place with 21 points. I had him in 8th. Mav and Kurt don't have him at all. Drew does have him in his list, and all the mods did put him in their list as well.
Wait, where's he in my list? Where is he?
He is last place. It's Robert Perez.
Yes.
A man who, bear in mind, you know, the typical
Fair.
Brexit geezers that we had in our team, yeah, that they don't want to kneel for anyone, they're only to the Queen and whatnot. I've said this before on stream. When they did the whole Invincibles trophy and that, these guys were on their knees bowing down, respecting Robert Perez as their Lord and Savior. You don't get that kind of love as a Frenchman unless you are of the super elite caliber ability-wise. Obviously,
Wait,
we've
so
seen what he's
Matt,
done.
you'd rather have Thierry Henry at left wing / left mid than Robert Perez?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely yes.
Yes. This is left wing. This is left wing / left mid.
Yeah, I know that.
I
I
do
know.
hear it.
I know, but I'm
No,
asking.
yeah,
for all-
he's
like,
more of the 4-4-2 era, innit? As a left mid, I just feel like technically, yeah, he was just amazing. Like even the way he'd finished the ball again, big game
I loved
player.
Perez.
I know
I loved Perez.
Tottenham fans, they're shaking at the sight of Robert Perez, and for
love
me,
Perez.
like this one's slightly personal as well. Like growing up, like it was always Perez and Fabregas. Those were the two that like I proper loved Arsenal because of them, and then obviously. On
hear that.
Beautiful footballer,
Now,
bro.
Kurt-
Didn't run. He
Kurt
has
has
scurried. He
I hear
scurried.
that. I love
Bro, he was
Perez.
the guy.
Big baller.
And the thing, he was tall as well, so he was a physical specimen, but also he looked like.
Okay, so wait, as Arsenal fans, you guys would take Perez ahead of Sanchez?
No, I had Alexis.
Because to me, I'm sorry, like if you put Perez in that team that
Yes.
Sanchez played in,
I don't think he's
Perez
a
is
self-
not
Well, no,
doing
it's
what
not. It's
Sanchez
not.
is
It's not me. No,
But I
I
don't
have
think
Sanchez.
is
I have
doing what
Sanchez
Perez is
7th.
doing. I don't think he's as selfless. Sanchez is
I
the
do hear
person
that.
that would
Players.
thrive. He would thrive
Yeah.
in a team where he is the guy, or no one else is the guy, so he has to take it upon himself to be the guy.
no, they're different players.
I do hear that.
I agree, but yeah, to me, I mean.
Well,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you
I
asked
would
me
take
the
Sanchez.
question. I had Sanchez 7th and Perez 8th. That's how I
Oh,
have
okay,
it in,
okay.
Yeah, that's how I have it in my list.
Fair.
So you're not really rating him, Kurt. You go him
No,
on
no,
0.
I rate him as a player. Like I said, I couldn't put him in the top 10.
Yeah,
I
same.
couldn't find a place.
Fair enough. Nah, this one. I mean, it's been a bit controversial already, but I think.
Yeah, I mean,
8th place.
what are we on? 8.
Jesus.
With 25 points. The funny thing is, anyone who has him on their list has him quite high. I don't have him at all. Kurt doesn't have him at all. Alfie doesn't have him at all. Aaron doesn't have him at all. And Young doesn't have him at all. Drew and Mav do have this guy quite high up. Mav has him in 4th place. It's Gareth Bale. Yeah, okay, Kurt, you seem to be not approving of that
No,
one.
he's,
Can I
I
get your
mean,
thoughts?
he's not a left winger for me.
Yeah, that's kind of
the
the
only
same logic
reason.
I was going for. I felt like it was kind of clear for me. Like he was a left back for a while, then you see him play right wing and cut inside.
I mean, if you don't think he's a left winger, then you didn't rate him playing for Tottenham, where I think he was the best player. He was his entire career.
I thought that's the season though he played like as a number 10.
all I can think of in my head, yeah, is him either centrally or coming in off the right and just hitting those 30-yard long shots.
Now, to be fair, he did obviously destroy us.
For me, in my head, he's predominantly right side. I don't think. it
Amenyah,
was-
The clips that you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers. I don't have the numbers.
No,
but-
neither do I. Honestly, I don't.
But if you use your old little thingy that shows where they
Get the
played,
graphic.
Yeah.
the
No,
guy.
I'm sure he's played there plenty of
I think you'll
times.
be
but I just don't
very,
think-
very surprised at the number of games he played from left
No.
wing specifically.
No. I don't doubt that because what I remember specifically, yeah, this could be wrong. We'll look at the stats or whatever. What I remember is he was a left back for a long time, and then he had like those meaty stats about like not winning the games or whatever.
Yeah.
Then he pushed on further towards left wing, and then he became the player that he is, playing behind the striker or on the right, and he became elite for the next 8, 9, 7, 8 years. That's what I remember.
It was
and then he got
left wing
signed
at
by
Tottenham
Real
for
Madrid,
sure.
and he played where?
Right wing
got
for
signed by-
Madrid. Yeah,
On the right wing.
for Madrid, right wing.
Yeah.
I will be surprised if it's sub
No, that
sub.
last
No,
sub
he'll
200,
have the numbers.
100. It'll be
But
between
what I'm
150
saying is,
200
when
appearances
he
on left wing.
Check that
became
man, Mark Bartra.
when he became elite,
100%.
in my opinion, is when he moved was on the right
Yeah.
or centrally. That's what I
No,
remember.
yeah, I agree. I remember him number 10 that last season. I remember they let him roam in the
It was
middle.
like
in the middle.
like Roman Pavlyuchenko that was 10, while he was like left wing roaming,
No, someone else was left wing. I don't know.
and he had Aaron Lennon right wing.
One thing we know, Alfie here, yeah, he is the most devout of Tottenham fans, and he hasn't put Bale in his list. He would do anything to put Bale number 1 if he could. So if he didn't put him
Yes.
on his list at all, then I'm inclined to go with him this time around. But we'll look at the stats afterwards or whatever. I'm not going to bother putting it up right now.
Yeah, no, I think he's probably played striker less than 50 games in his career, and they'll be for Wales. But
Hey, fair enough, man. Listen, like Drew said, not for me. Not for me.
no, yeah.
In
no,
7th
I hear
place.
it, but I just don't get how
For the-
Bale isn't described as a left winger, but fair enough.
For the first time,
Yes.
every single person has a player on their list.
Wow.
He's 26 points. So he's scraped past Bale by 1 point. I have him the highest. Mav and Kurt have him the lowest. Everyone else has got him somewhere in between. Like, basically, he's between 6th and 10th for everyone. And that is Sadio Mane. I guess since I put him highest, like, well, myself and Alfie put him highest, I'll start. I just think, despite that, 12-month spell where he was a bit smelly for Liverpool, the ability speaks for itself. One of the most scary attackers you could ever wish to like play against if you're like a right back. He's done it for Liverpool, Champions League, Prem. In the last year as well, what has added to him is the Senegal stuff, man. To go and dunk and crush it on Salah's head, back to back. AFCON final, who steps up? Sadio Mane. To qualify for the World Cup, who steps up for their country again? Sadio Mane. And I'll be honest, he's a lovely human being and a great individual. So for me, the legacy, I know it's not a massive weighting, but I got to factor it in. The fact that this guy is building the hella hospitals and schools and that in Senegal, I can't lie. I love that. I love that.
No, I mean, I echo what you say. To be honest, I've got him low. I've got a number 10.
Lost.
Yeah. But I've done this list solely on my personal preference.
Kurt, you had him last as well. Is it similar views, or you just not really?
No, I agree. Obviously, a fantastic player. I'm intrigued though. So you guys put him ahead of Son?
No, I didn't. Yes. I had Mane 9th and Son 8th.
Sweet. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, I had Mane high up. Like I said, he could have maybe like 2 places lower, but I just feel like when we're talking about legacies, you have to factor in what he's done for Senegal as well.
I think
that is big for them.
If Son performs at the same level,
exactly.
I think Mane's been Son's level this season for at least 3 in the Prem, whereas Son has been this once.
I mean, the guy was on chaos even at Southampton, bro.
I don't know if Mane's as effective for Tottenham as Son, you know. If Mane's in that Tottenham side, I don't think.
Yeah,
he's as effective.
but that's like saying we don't
think
they're as effective for Aston Villa. You know, like Grealish was automatically going to be effective for City then because he was so effective for Villa. Like it doesn't always work that way.
No, but to be fair,
big game player for years.
Put Son in Liverpool.
Yeah, right now. We're talking about right now. Put Son of 3 years ago.
We don't know. He might put Luis Diaz numbers up, and people are gonna hate this. I get it. All I'm gonna say is if the logic of put him in this team and it'll bag worked, then why has Messi gone from Barcelona to PSG and only made 6 goals? Like scored 6 goals. If that
Messi's
argument held true,
regular shout out in the video. Messi's got his shout out.
No, it's the truth though. The greatest player of all time has now gone to a different team, different system, and hasn't put up the numbers we expect from him. Why would that not be true of someone like Son going to Liverpool? We can't say he's definitely going to bag. Guarantee. You know, Lukaku going from Inter to Chelsea and not scoring goals like people expected. Why? Because he's a bad striker? No, not at all. Like systems and players moving doesn't always work.
There's one difference. Liverpool have a proper manager. Unlike the ones you mentioned.
No, Kurt, I agree, but
also
still.
a valid point, to be fair.
But
also
still.
a valid point. No, I do hear that. Well,
there's so many factors.
Yeah, there he is, Mane in 7th place. Up next in 6th place, 32 points. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Everyone on the entire panel, all the mods, had him in. But some of the mods, I don't trust them because that's probably like a little Google search or something. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm very consistent with how I do this. I am not saying that this guy is worse than anyone on my list before we get onto it.
Wait, so you haven't
I am giving
included
the same
him?
logic. I haven't got him in my list. And it's the same logic I used last time. It's not that I hate him or that he's bad or anything.
Seen enough of him.
It's just that in my era, watching from 2000 to like 2010, I wasn't watching Serie A. I'll be honest. I watched Champions League,
I thought you were about to say this.
And so, in 6th place, we have Pavel Nedved. He robbed Henry of the Ballon d'Or. But I'm not salty about that. I just don't have Serie A players unless I've seen them enough in the last 10 years, for example.
Understandable.
So I apologize.
But we move.
Let me chime in on this one briefly because this is like how I felt about David Villa.
Yeah,
when I was on that primary school pitch, bro. When I was on that primary school pitch, Pavel Nedved from 2002 to 2004 was my favorite player. Him and Henry, mainly because obviously I like players that are graceful and they pass the eye test. He was kind of erratic on the ball, very energetic, very tenacious, but he also had a final product as well, and I like that about him. So he's in my top 10 for that reason.
I fully hear you. I agree with you. Just all I can say is like from okay, let's say 03 to like 08, yeah, like my first 5-6 years of watching football, it was Premier League and La Liga. I didn't have Serie A like on my TV, so like I can't give you my opinion based purely off of YouTube clips. That's what we've tried to do from 2000 to now, because it's stuff that we've seen. I'm sure he is better than these man. Now I'm not saying he's got a Ballon d'Or, like I'm sure he is, but in my list, I'm gonna put guys that I've watched.
Henry for that one there, but that's cool. That's a separate conversation.
Kurt has him the highest.
Yeah, no, I obviously echo a lot of what Drew said. For me to put him here, I hated the guy, and I
didn't think you were gonna put him. I really didn't.
Yeah, but it's a testament to him. I mean, he's a very unique player. I don't think I've seen anybody like him even since. The guy had a shot, missile, both feet. He'd run up and down, super powerful. I just disagree with the Ballon d'Or thing. I mean, it's the stats thing, but what people don't understand is that year. I mean, if this guy was allowed to play the final, Juve probably would have won it, because Juve were better than Milan. They won the league by some distance. They eliminated Real Madrid, the Galacticos Real Madrid, and that's thanks to him mainly. So in terms of Ballon d'Or, sure, he didn't put Henry's numbers, but I mean, he's a midfielder, right?
So Henry was unplayable, even aside from that. Henry was
so was Nedved in his own way.
Nedved in his own way. I wouldn't call it quite a robbery. I think it could have went either way, but
that's just me being biased, to be honest.
Do you know what I like?
He didn't really pull numbers like that.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm gonna take from this, I want somebody watching right now to clip that 2 minutes Kurt speech there, and then go back to the last draft video we did and go back to him laughing when I took Pavel Nedved, by the way. I want someone to clip that speech he just did. Oh, he was instrumental. He destroyed the Galacticos. He did all this. But then I take Nedved. He's there doing...
You comparing Nedved to the likes of what we had. You compare my Nedved to my Zidane. Like, please.
Hey, no. This is, in your opinion, the top 5 left winger of this generation, or the last 22 years.
True.
So who are the other players?
If you do the math, Amenyah, that means everyone else had to have picked the 3 or 4 that go above him.
Yeah, exactly.
And guess what?
I see what
they
you said.
They did. They did.
They probably did, to be fair. Yeah,
they
most
did.
of the time. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the names. I don't know if I saw these names, but fair enough. We'll move on. In 5th place, again, everyone has this guy. Well, me and Drew have him highest, but Mav and Kurt have him literally just right below us, to be fair. Jet has him the highest as a mod. He's put him in 3rd place. It is Franck Ribery. Who would like to begin?
Robin and Ribery.
This one.
Robbery.
Cool.
That's what I'm going to say.
Iconic.
I think one of the main reasons why he doesn't get considered super high on my list, like you said, someone put him 3rd or 4th or something like that.
Yeah, third.
Obviously, situations outside of his control, you might argue, meant that he wasn't able to play as much international football as you would have wanted him to, right?
I think it was within his control, to be fair, but we're not going to bring up the
Amenyah, I was trying to do it a PC way, man. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Like the legacy is definitely there, even despite the internationals for him. Just purely like the first thing Drew said was that robbery thing. Like everyone knows, like as winger duos go, yeah, that is one of the most iconic. You often have like striker pairings or front threes. As a winger duo, I don't care who's even the striker at number 9. You talk about robbery like that, and so for me, I had to have him in 5th place personally.
Yeah, for me, he gets in mostly via ability, but I think like Mav alluded to, his international career, I can't help but feel like I will say maybe a little bit of a system player for me, because even the tournaments he played for France, he did play for France. He didn't do much, if a memory serves me correct.
Impactful.
And he's a bit of a fraud of a human being, so maybe that put him a little bit lower on the list. But I think that's why I put him 7th. But yeah, even just, of course, his ability, super gifted. But maybe a bit of a system player. That's why I got him 7th.
Yeah, I hear that. Drew, you're backing me in, and you got him in 5th.
I got him in 5th.
I guess the France thing doesn't matter too much for you, I suppose. It's just pure tech.
Didn't really consider it. Really, I love watching him play football.
Yeah, no, that is obviously going to be the most important thing, innit? Like ability is the main one, but we do have the other factors that can. If guys are like close, I'll push them up or down based on the stats, the trophy, like whatever it may be. So fair enough. Now, just missing out on a podium place. He is 4th place for us. Of course, everyone had him in their list. I'll be shocked if.
Where's everyone got this person in their list, by the way?
You have him
Curiosity.
the highest. Mav and Court have him the lowest, but by low, it's not really low. It's like 2 places below you. To be honest with you, everyone's got him in their top 5.
Okay, and now I know who it is.
You want to guess for us?
Mr. Danger Hazard.
Yes, 59 points. 59 points. It's Eden Hazard making up just behind the front 3. 59 points.
Mav,
Drew, you had him the
the
highest.
consistency, mate.
I do. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. Fair play. He's made your left wing and number 10 list. I hear it.
Yeah, he said he would do it, and he's put him 3rd as well.
I respect it.
Chat to us
Gotta love
about
the
that one.
consistency.
3rd.
Big baller.
I need to know who's second. Actually, do you know what? I don't think I want to open that can of worms. We'll see in a second.
I guess we'll get there, innit?
Yeah, all right.
Why is he 3rd for you, Drew? Why is he 3rd for you? Chat to us.
Well, I mean, bro, same reasons when I had him at Cam. The guy was a bright spark. You can just tell when he plays football, he's doing everything instinctively. He's reacting to situations. Right foot, left foot, take a man on the outside, inside. Just a beautiful player, man. Beautiful player.
I therefore hear it. I think for me, yeah, this one is like very, very weighted on ability, because let's not lie, yeah, even at Chelsea, forget Real Madrid, like the last 2 years or whatever, it's been like despicable, to be honest. Even at Chelsea, he had that entire year where he didn't bag a single goal. Like, that is, you don't have to be a stats man to know that scoring 0 times as a main creative outlet or main winger, the most important player, that is foul. So longevity wise,
that the Mourinho year, right?
Yeah, I think it was when they were
sure.
holding the posters of the 3 rats, Hazard, Fabregas, and Costa, I believe, was the 3rd rat. Yeah. But ability-wise, yeah, like let's not lie. Again, especially as an Arsenal fan, I've seen this guy spin us enough times.
Yeah, 5th. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I thought I had him higher. 5th. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Mbappe is 4th, of course. Yeah. Yeah, no, fantastic. I think to me, not just, of course, we know what he done for Chelsea, but that World Cup, the last World Cup. I mean, he was player of the tournament for me. That World Cup, he was unplayable. So, yeah, I think that solidifies definitely him in the top.
So you have
5.
Mbappe over him already?
Yes.
No,
I can't agree with you.
I love Mbappe, but I don't know if
he
I
will
can
be above, but I can't agree with you.
Yeah. Honestly, I think within like 2 years, like he'll do enough to surpass him already. But now I know Court's gonna say like, oh, why can't I just say it is right now? Because this guy will tell you that Kane's the best striker in the whole Premier League history.
Nah, but
well, I heard you saying he was better than Henry before, so you know it's.
No, but Mbappe to me, it's one of those where if you see, we don't watch much Uber Eats, and it's the Uber Eats, sure, but I mean, you can't tell me Hazard's ever gonna get. I don't know how Mbappe's stats were this season, 20-something goals in the league, and I think he got most assists as well. I mean, the guy.
The thing is, let me.
There's no need to
the
wait.
Chelsea fans will love this one, innit? But I'm gonna give him some prop, cause he was doing it in the Uber Eats for Lille, and Lille is nowhere near.
He wasn't
PSG.
getting the numbers Mbappe's getting though. I mean,
Yeah,
Mbappe,
this is what I'm saying. Lille is nowhere near PSG.
Yeah,
true.
Lille
And to
was
be
not
fair,
a team
Mbappe's
like
playing
that.
up top as well, so that helps. But I don't know.
I mean, I had to look this one up because I wanted to check. But in 38 games for Lille, he scored 20 goals and 18 assists for Lille.
Well,
in Ligue 1.
I
One
can't lie.
one
That
season.
is pretty
That's one
impressive,
season.
yeah.
That's outrageous. I can't lie.
This is what I'm saying. We can't say Hazard
Lille.
wasn't really doing that in
I don't know.
really for
But
Lille.
again, so you guys would like for your favorite teams. You telling me you'd take the prime Hazard ahead of current Mbappe? Would you
Yes.
do that?
In my opinion, yeah, at their best, I would take Hazard over Mbappe right now, especially because I know that for a few years or whenever his peak was, yeah, he did that in the Premier League as well.
Yep.
So I'm therefore taking Eden Hazard.
For me, Mbappe is a victim to the fact that he plays in one of the worst leagues in the world against the biggest and best fullbacks in big games. He can disappear. This season less so, but up until this season in big games, he is getting snuffed out. Kyle Walker, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Tuanzebe, or anyone that can actually defend and has a bit of pace to them. will shut him out. Hazard could never be shut out in his prime.
I mean, this
Never.
is where to
Walk
me,
up, walk
I hear you,
Walk
but this
up.
is we have to
Never.
emphasize this. To me, Mbappe, I mean, last season Champions League, right, tore Barcelona apart against Bayern Munich, scores.
Barcelona are
That-
pants, by
that-
the way. That's
shush,
not
but-
Barcelona.
that-
That's
No,
not Barcelona.
Done all he
No.
could. Done all he could.
That's not Barcelona.
Then
They should have knocked out
eliminate
Real Madrid,
Bayern.
let's be
Eliminate
honest.
Bayern.
I
Get
agree,
against
I agree.
this season against Real Madrid. I mean, this guy played on his own.
Yeah,
He literally done
yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
that he
yeah, I
could.
agree.
No, I fully agree.
And
don't
that's
see
why I
how-
said this
He
season I
definitely
agree.
showed up.
This season I agree. But Hazard has been that level multiple times for multiple seasons, whereas Mbappe hasn't yet.
Fair enough. Well, there we go. We're on to our top three. At long last, we have our bronze medalist. Here we go. Everyone, of course, has him in their top three. I lied. Someone has him fourth. It's Drew. He has him in fourth place because he's put Hazard over him.
Oh, now I know who you're about to
His
say. Now I know.
name is
Now I know.
Neymar Jr. Chat to us, Drew. You weren't
Okay.
really feeling him in your top three, no?
Nah. I just
I get
love
like a-
Hazard, bro. I can't take anything away from Neymar. All through different points of his career, MSN, young days in Santos, even PSG, bro. When he's doing mad numbers, he's picking up the ball from deep and just taking the mick, doing whatever he wants with it. But I just personally prefer to watch prime Hazard play.
Huh?
I get the same feeling from both players where I don't know what this person's gonna do. I don't know what Hazard's gonna do. I don't know what Neymar's gonna do on the ball. But just for me personally,
Huh?
that's just my personal opinion.
I'm gonna
But
have
I
to
said,
like
I'm not
if you're
taking
saying
anything-
who I'd want to
over
yeah, if like,
15, 16 Neymar, you'd rather watch Hazard.
yes.
What?
I'll be honest, if you were talking about like I don't know legacies or whatever, yeah,
Yes.
that's like a whole different convo. But the question that you just asked about like who you'd rather watch, I'll be honest, Hazard
That's
is
just
amazing
me-
to watch.
That's
Don't
just
get me
me
wrong.
personally, bro. That's just me personally.
But what like anything that has okay, so Hazard, we know a crazy dribbler can take on like 4 or 5 man, whatever, either with a step over or a little like shoulder drop, right?
Yeah.
Neymar's doing that, but then also adding little rainbow flicks over a guy's head. He's putting it through people's legs. He's doing bare circus tricks. Like, there's nothing that Hazard was doing in his peak that Neymar wasn't doing and more, in my opinion. If that makes sense.
I like.
Like,
I
especially with the, like,
don't-
just to watch.
Obviously, it's opinions, but I just don't get how you can prefer Hazard when Neymar literally plays Hazard, but better. Like you said, I don't get what Hazard has ever done in a game that Neymar hasn't done, just for bans. Not even try just because he fancied doing it. Like, I don't know.
Kurt, what are you
don't
telling me
know.
on this one? Neymar, Hazard to watch? How are you feeling about this?
To be fair though, I you know the way Drew put it, it's to watch. You know, to watch is always personal
It's
preference.
subjective,
but
really.
Who's better? To me, I just think like Neymar can do everything Hazard can, but then he can do more, and then he can.
Yeah, so you're
finish
making the same
way
point,
better.
isn't it?
No, of course, but it's to watch.
Yeah.
To watch is subjective, but then Neymar can do everything Hazard
Yeah.
can, and then he can finish as well, better than Hazard can or ever could. So yeah, to me, I don't see how Hazard can be better, but yeah.
Yeah,
agree.
it's a sticky one, isn't it? Like Neymar will go for the rest of history as someone that was, you know how, okay, let me bring up this guy. You know how guys that are like 40, 50, 60 years old are going to tell you that Garrincha was the most exciting winger ever, and then you pull up clips and it's just nothing. He just runs down the wing and like cuts inside like and all the time, non-stop. People will speak about Neymar as top 5 most enjoyable players you will ever watch, like people of our
Actually,
generation.
I changed my mind, Drew. I back you on this one. I actually no. Do you know?
Oh my
I
days.
back you
All
on
right,
this.
go on.
No. I back you on this because I'm guessing who's number 2, and who's number 2 is literally what you've just said about Hazard is the very reason he's number 2 and not number 3. So do you know what, Drew? I back you. I hear it. Fair
So
enough.
you're- okay,
Your
so you're changing
reasoning
your
is
mind. Okay, no
completely
worries.
justified. I hear it.
We'll get into it then. I'm sure guys are getting a bit nervous now because it's the top 2, and you're thinking, yeah, surely this should be.
Oh yeah,
pretty straightforward
this
for
has
me.
to
Surely.
this has to go the way I think it is for the last 2. Surely, surely it has
Well,
to.
we shall see. Will we get our first ever total 90? We'll see. In second place, 76 points out of 90. He got 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 5, 9, 9, 9. it is of course Ronaldinho Gaucho.
Wait.
taking our silver medal.
Wait. So 5.
I want to clarify
5.
right now that
Who
the
put him
nines
at
are
fifth?
on the panel. That's the most important. The
Put
5,
him 5th.
yeah, that one there.
What we
That
doing?
one
No,
should
I
have a
actually
bit
need
of
it. Amenyah, if you want to do
reprimanding.
it privately, I need a name because that person.
No,
needs
you
it.
have that. It's not private. It's gonna be on the screen. 7 Tyler. He put Ronaldinho 6th or 5th in his list. Sorry.
Nah,
So
man.
Ronaldinho 5th
Get that guy
in his
off.
list.
Never include him again, man. What the hell? Yeah, all right. Okay, cool.
Oh man. So yeah, but the rest of us have all got Dino 2nd place. One person has him in 3rd because he put Neymar in 2nd place. So I kind of hear that. For me, I figure it's pretty straightforward. There's not even much that you could even like argue. He is basically the one that made most of our gen, outside of our teams that we support, love to watch football. In there, he is the epitome of just enjoying the game, a smile on his face.
I think I'm going to
What he's
smile about this guy and the way he performed for the rest of my existence. 4 minutes, 4 seconds, 400 minutes. I just want to watch this guy play football. He was just, he was football for me. He was literally football for me. He was
I
the reason I
definitely
turned on my TV. I watched every Barca game, hating Barca to a passion. Just because of this guy.
I hear it. He passes every test, whether it's numbers, nostalgia, whatever. He's got it. Now I'll ask a question to Drew and Kurt. Obviously we all had him 2nd, so we're all in agreement here. But I'd like to know, just out of interest, throw a spanner in the works. If Neymar was to be the best player in the next World Cup and Brazil win it, do you think there's ever a chance for Neymar to take the 2nd spot with however many years he has left, or do you think it's sealed now? Like Ronaldinho's always going to be better than him.
That's an interesting question, but I feel like it's just a matter of a feeling, really. Ronaldinho cemented himself really and truly. So when I think about Ronaldinho's career and the impact that his career had on my life at the time when he was playing, I don't think I'm going to get that feeling if Neymar now just gets that extra accolade.
Yep, agree.
Yeah.
So
No, I
don't
definitely
think
hear
so.
that. I guess Kurt, you're going to be the same.
I'd put him above Hazard
Yeah, that's
if we're taking those things into consideration.
Obviously, it can change opinion, but I don't think I'll put him ahead. The best compliment I can give Ronaldinho, and I think the younger generation need to understand this, is I think Ronaldinho is closer to the guy that's in 1st than Neymar was to him at the moment. Now, if Neymar were to do something, that changes, but I think Ronaldinho's closer to the guy in 1st.
Dribble
The only thing I'll give to Neymar is the fact that if we're talking about Brazil, yeah, I can't lie, he's had the horror of a squad in comparison to like the 2002 era.
No,
That
he
Ronaldinho
really
had.
has.
Absolutely.
This guy is dealing with like Joe and Fred and these guys. It's just, I feel sorry. That's why I want him to win the World Cup. I can't lie. Aside from Ghana, if Ghana can't win it, I want to see Brazil win it, because I feel like Neymar, especially because of that year where he was like, you know, diving about and rolling around. The proper Brexit geezers think that he's just not good at football anymore. Because he's a
Renato
bit of a-
Augusto in centre mid is what he had at one
Yeah,
Copa
come
America.
on, man.
I couldn't believe it.
This is finally a balanced Brazil team.
To be
finally.
fair, they were favourites for the last World Cup.
Yeah, and it didn't go very well.
Were they?
Yep. And they lost semis, which isn't bad. Was it semi? Was it quarter? Quarter, maybe.
I don't recall them being the favourites, but fair, like if that's what the bookmakers said, fair
They
enough.
were, if memory serves me. Yep.
No, yeah, fair enough.
That's how good Dino's
just-
team was. People still think it's that Brazil. Fair play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's the Brazil legacy. And again, that's why he's so good. Because people still think that it's Ronaldinho's Brazil that we're looking at these days. But I hear it.
100%.
Now, I did say that last time we did this, episode 10, what was that? 3 weeks ago now, maybe. We were so close to getting a total 90. Obviously, that would mean 9 people giving him 10 points. It's with regret that I have to inform you guys that we have failed to get a total 90 once again. We have failed to all agree. Now, I'm going to explain why. Because one person hasn't put him in. And I'm going to open exactly their message.
It's
there was a
not the
reason they gave
panel,
me.
right? It's not anyone on the panel.
No.
No one on
To
the
be
panel.
specific, no. To be specific, it is 10 points for me, 10 points for Drew, 10 points for Mav, 10 points for Kurt, 10 points for Alfie, 10 for Jet, 10 for Aaron, 10 for Young Dan, and already the guy that you guys hate, 7 Tyler, has given him a 0. Specifically, he says Ronaldo is left out because he is and I can't say the word on the podcast, but you can fill it in
never been
however you
included
like.
in any of these ever again.
You can
Please,
fill it in
remove
however
him.
you like.
Remove him immediately.
He's given Ronaldo 0 points.
Remove him immediately.
Because he doesn't want to give a gold medal to somebody with
remove
those
him immediately.
allegations.
You can't be on a football. You can't be given a football opinion and not putting this guy number 1. It's impossible. It's literally impossible in a left-wing conversation.
The cat's out the bag.
In the left-wing
in
conversation, it's impossible. Left-wing specifically.
With 80
I don't
points,
care about any other
it is
position. Left-wing.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Congratulations, you've got 80 points, just like Zidane.
Flipping heck.
Tyler, what have you done, mate? Literally, he was the last one to send his list as well.
He's got
and when he said, "Yeah, I've left him out,"
and
because of this.
Ronaldo not on the list. Okay.
If you want to know who's okay, let me give you
Who's
his
his
top
top
3.
10, please? Who's his top 10,
His top
please?
3 is, I'll give you in order. So, Neymar, Henry, Gareth Bale, Hazard, Nedved, Ronaldinho, Ribery, Sadio Mane, Alexis Sanchez, and Son. That is his top 10.
Yeah,
Son's
eject
number
him.
1.
Eject him immediately. Eject him with immediate effect. That list was basically done upside down. Like, he's actually done it. That's unbelievable. To put Dino 5th behind Alexis Sanchez.
No,
Okay,
Sanchez
I'm
was
mad
9th.
now.
Sanchez was 9th. Sanchez was
Oh
9th.
no, yeah, sorry.
He was 9th.
Look, my head
That
is
that might be his last call up though. Kurt, chat to me. Cristiano, Sue, number 1.
Yeah,
Any debates?
We're going prime Ronaldo. Obviously,
AIG on his chest.
There's no comparison.
Come on,
But I do think you should have won. You should have won wingers. You should have done left.
Yeah,
and
of course
right.
you do.
That
So
would've
you.
got it interesting.
Yeah, you know why I did that?
That would have been way more interesting.
Two reasons.
I think we should have combined the two.
Two reasons. One, yeah, because it's 2 separate videos that I get to squeeze out, and 2, because I like the fact that Kurt has no choice but to put Ronaldo as number 1.
Amenyah, do you know
He
what?
couldn't
I thought, and I said it earlier on in the video. This is what I meant. I thought when we were talking about who's left on the list and the fact that we were low ones, and Kurt was saying, "Who have you missed? Who have you missed?" I thought he was gonna sneak Messi into first. I really did. I genuinely thought.
To be
he
fair,
was going to put
Drew
Messi
slightly
first.
bottled it
And
now.
I know Kurt would have
Drew slightly bottled it.
happily Kurt would have looked me virtually in the eye and gone, you could play Messi anywhere, he's still number 1. I genuinely thought that is how he was going to sign it off, putting him in number 1.
No, but isn't that what Drew was saying? So he's kind of gone back on his word.
You know what? I thought about it.
He did say that.
but this was a prime opportunity for a total 90. And I couldn't
And
be
we
the
failed.
one to mess it up again for that.
I hear it.
I
hear it.
was
Done us in.
I was so ready for
my
Kurt to
God.
straight up say, I don't care what position, he's still number 1.
Bro, this Kurt guy's gonna start saying, justice for Jake's phone after he smashed that kid's phone during the season or whatever. You can't have
Get that off,
guys
man.
like that.
Get that off, man.
Poor Jake, man.
Poor Jake, man. I hope he got his phone back and
Bro, I
But to
hope
be
he
fair,
enjoyed
we
the
have guys like
heated seats
Ribery
in
and
the
that.
executive box, man.
Bro, I think he
Yo,
was an
come.
Everton fan, so he got invited to United games for
Yeah,
no
mate.
reason or whatever. But listen, we have failed once again to get a total 90. We've done our left wingers, left mids. I'm happy with this list. The Giggs didn't make it, so that's very important. Ronaldo, let me read it out real quick for you guys. Top 10, just in case you're listening on Spotify or whatever. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Neymar, Hazard, Ribery, Nedved, Sadio Mane in 7th. 8th place is Gareth Bale. 9th place is Robert Perez. And last in our list, in 10th place, is Thierry Henry. So
I'm happy.
that has been
Do you
our
know
left
what? I'm
wing
happy
list.
with that list. I'm really happy. Like,
It's not bad.
I
It's
would
not
say
bad.
I would say that is close to perfect, but like it doesn't matter position, barring 1 or 2
Yeah.
that you might argue for personal nostalgia, depending on what area you're from. I'd say that is close to perfect, and of course Tyler. It's Tyler, right? I even don't want to remember his name. Has gone and ruined everything. So fair play.
He will be evicted from the next panelist. No worries. Now, of course, in case you guys aren't aware or whatever, I'm going on holiday for a little bit. So there'll be no episode next week. But when we're back, don't worry, there'll be all the drafts. We'll do our top 10 right wingers. We'll see if the Salah shouts and the other ones, if anyone gets aired, I don't know. This has been great. As always, hella drama. I enjoyed it a lot. Go follow all these guys on the socials. Get in the Twitter community. I'm going to put a screenshot of this list. You guys can go and debate it and rip it apart however you like. You can go and cook Tyler if you want. I think that's it, innit? Like, listen, enjoy yourself. Have a great weekend or whatever. Enjoy your evenings. Much love. In a bit. Safe.